stretch. Jimmy Q leading the pack. He crosses the line first. James Quinones wins the Kentucky Derby. You did it. You did it, man. Oh, wait, hold on.
Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. Actually, you lose.
No.
You get nothing. You're an embarrassment, and we'll never breathe your name again.
How does Willy Wonka say it?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Wow.
Man, what a mess that was this weekend. Can you believe that
I can't
nonsense?
believe that. I don't know. You know, I heard one of the jockeys talking this morning that has won the Kentucky Derby previously, and he says it's justified, that they should do it. And this is also the kind of thing that will tell other jockeys in the near future not to do that. And had he kicked out the way the horse kicked out, nothing got hurt, he could have knocked the other horses down behind him. If that happened, there would have been a massive pileup.
Wait, set this up for us again for those that didn't
let us know
see
what
it.
happened.
If you didn't watch the Derby this weekend, it ended unlike any Derby in the history of the 145-year history of the Kentucky Derby. The winning horse got disqualified because of a maneuver that may or may not have impeded two other horses, which I believe barely finished in the top 10. And the complaint was filed by the horse's owner that finished in second place, even though that horse was not impeded by the supposed foul. And after a lengthy video review, they decided to disqualify Maximum Security, the horse which had been previously undefeated and had crossed the finish line first in the Derby, and award the what do they call it? The thing of roses, the
bouquet.
Yeah, it's not what that is, but they gave the roses to the second place horse. Country House was its name. This morning, we want to know if that was the craziest finish to a sporting event that you've seen. If you can think of a wackier ending, let us know in the comments right now. We'll read some of the best responses. I don't know what you're supposed to do. You're on top of a wild animal, galloping down a muddy track at high speeds,
super fast.
and it took one step too far to the left or something, and so now you throw out the horse led wire to wire too. It's not like some fluke victory. That was the best horse in the race. It raced the best race, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because of video review. Video replay is ruining everything. Everything, including this show. Because instead of it just being a live entity that you can watch when we start at 7:30, you can go back and review it. And you can hem and haw over every word that we say and then hold it against us 20 years from now. And they'll play the video at James' funeral and be like, he was actually an awful person.
Yep.
And that's the legacy that'll live on. Replay review sucks.
That's a huge leap.
Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
It does take some time in the ballpark, too, doing that.
Because I couldn't tell heads or tails about what happened during that race. It's too fast and too
can't.
close. And so I did appreciate, at least I could kind of understand what they were alleging that was going on with the maneuvering. But I guess the question is it really maneuvering or is it just horses being horses?
Yeah, he said it was,
Horse is gonna horse. That's what I said.
Horse is gonna horse.
the jockey said it was half. The horse kicking out and half of the jockey. So he says you can't control the animal. You're right. They're moving around and it's
a beast.
So I don't know.
But I think there are other big sport. I know that kind of the debate was: is this one of the biggest sporting, surprises ever? I don't know.
It's one of the most embarrassing finishes, that's for sure.
I agree. Patriots Falcons Super Bowl.
No.
Never ever happened.
Which one? Which Super Bowl? The
Patriots
one where they
Falcons Super Bowl.
The interception.
Yeah.
You're talking the 28-3 comeback.
Yeah.
That is pretty wacky. I thought you were talking about the other Patriots Super Bowl with the interception at the goal line.
Oh, that too.
That one too.
That one too. That was amazing.
How about the power going out in that one Super Bowl with the Ravens and
Oh,
49ers?
yeah.
How about that? The 45-minute power delay.
Yes.
How wacky is that?
Esther says a deflated ball at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, again,
I was
apparently
thinking of that one too, yeah.
Or how about
Deflategate.
Nipplegate? How about Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl? We're talking about drama at the Super Bowl.
That was drama.
Certainly it
It does have a
attracts.
lot of drama. 2001 World Series. I don't remember who's Steven saying that one.
He's just saying that because the D-backs beat the Yankees.
That was a pretty crazy finish, though. And
yeah, it
especially
was.
with all the storylines coming into that World Series after 9/11 that year, the nation behind the Yankees for maybe the first time ever, and then to watch the upstart Diamondbacks beat them in a walk-off. I mean,
That should have been one of the years that the Yankees should have won. Just
their
for the whole
roster
thing.
is stacked, too.
That's okay. Now we have a World Series ring.
Oh yeah, it's good. And they got what? 18.
They
of
have
them?
enough. They have enough to share.
They're fine.
Yeah, they could share one.
Well, maybe they could have traded 1 year and then we'll get this year. We'll give you the next one.
I think that's how it works, right? I think you
And
get
we
in
just
trouble
swept
for
them in the
sports.
series here, so.
I would say I'm going to go way back in time on you.
Oh.
Okay.
This is in the early 19-teens. And again, I wasn't around.
I'm like, this is before your time.
Like, as I recall,
There was a Stanley Cup that wasn't awarded because of a nationwide influenza outbreak. It was, I believe the series was tied heading into game 5 of a best of 7. And the flu was so bad at the time that it killed one of the players in the series and affected like half a dozen others, like seriously. And they canceled the Stanley Cup final and did not award the Stanley Cup. I would say if you were around back in the 19-teens to see that happen, that would be wild. Can you imagine the Super Bowl or the Stanley Cup or the World Series being stopped because of an outbreak of an illness? That is wild to me.
I got a better one.
Hit me.
The White Sox, Chicago White Sox, 1919.
The Black Sox.
The Black Sox, they cheated.
They threw games.
They threw the games for money. The World Series, and there was no other sports back then. That was it. That was America's pastime. And these players, apparently mob guys got to them, bought them off. And
it's like the college scandal going on right now.
And that created the need for a commissioner. And
a players union.
A commissioner with lifetime forever membership. You can't fire him. He says you got to get somebody up here. They got to judge. And he says, I'll do it, but you can't fire me. I don't want to be influenced by anything. It's like I need a job for the next year, so I'll do it. So that's how it happens.
I mean, those guys, though, back in those days are riding rail cars and eating cheese sandwiches in between games. You know what I mean? Like, those guys didn't make any money playing sports. They had to hold down other jobs. And so when someone shows up and says, I'll give you $10,000 to go lose a baseball game, to throw a couple errant balls, you're apt to take that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If someone came to you and was like, Jimmy, I'll give you $1 million to accidentally say the F word on television, would you do it?
Don't answer that.
I know.
I probably would. I could find a way to work it in where it came off as accidental.
You cannot buy his integrity.
And being you would still keep your job.
I
They'd
love
be
this-
like, it's okay.
I love
You're
this
good.
song
You're
by
good.
Flock of Seagulls. Just say it really fast. Anyway.
Not for sale.
Let's get into the comments. My
do
thing's
you got?
not loading. What are people
Mine's
saying?
not loading either.
It's the internet.
You got to turn off your
Disconnect
Wi-Fi.
from the Wi-Fi.
You
Turn off your Wi-Fi.
off the Wi-Fi.
Modern
Yeah.
problems require modern solutions.
Kirsten said 2016 World Series when the Cubs won.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Because it's-
wild.
yeah.
How about Lyle, the Iron Bowl in 2013? You guys remember that between Auburn and Alabama? The one that was decided on a last-second missed field goal, returned 108 yards for a touchdown to knock off #1 undefeated Alabama. That was a wild finish to a football game. Nice call there, Lyle.
Jack said Stanley Cup playoffs in the fog, Sabre versus Flyers, along with a beta. I'm just reading what his thing is. I'm not too sure.
Oh, that's Revenge of the Nerds you're talking about. That's a movie plot.
Ah, is that what he's
That's not a
talking
real
about?
thing. Yeah, that's something that happened on the silver screen.
Hey!
Melanie sent us a YouTube link. I can't click that, though, because we're in the middle of the show.
Let's see. Haven't seen many. This is Amy Nico. I've seen many, but I do believe Stanley Cup final, 1999, Pittsburgh Penguins, lost in 7th overtime. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
I don't think they went to 7 overtimes. Not quite that long, but it was probably a really long game.
Really super long game.
I think the longest game in NHL history was 6 overtimes, and I believe Joe Malone was the one who scored the game winner for the Montreal Canadiens back in the day. Don't ask how I know that. 95 Houston Rockets enter as the 6th seed, run the table, and sweep Orlando in the NBA championships.
I remember it well.
John, you want to talk about hoops? How about the Detroit Pistons back in 2004 upsetting the LA Lakers, a team that had Shaq, Kobe in their primes.
Wow.
Gary Payton, Karl Malone. That roster was stacked. The Pistons beat them in 5. They should have beat them in 4. Kobe prompted some crazy fourth quarter comeback in Game 4 to keep the Lakers alive. That was another wild upset series.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What about any
Miracle on
boxing
Ice?
matches? Anything crazy in the boxing world?
Miracle
Has there
on
been
Ice is
anything
great.
like that?
Tyson losing to Tyson biting Evander
Biting
Holyfield's
ears,
ear off.
yes.
Or Tyson losing to Buster Douglas. Both of those.
That was huge.
Right.
Ali defeating George Foreman, Rumble in the Jungle.
Rumble in the
He was
Jungle.
32 and Foreman was 23. Giant, powerful, and Ali basically let him punch himself out on him. So he just beat the heck out of him until he
rope-a-dope
was tired.
strategy.
The rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
And then he basically took advantage of him because he was exhausted, and Ali just came, knocked him out.
How about Rocky going the distance with Apollo Creed?
Oh, who would have
They
thought
said you couldn't go 15 rounds with Apollo Creed, and he did it.
Yep.
He did it.
What's the
Russian.
first thing he did? Yo, Adrian. He called his fiancée into the ring to
And then he
celebrate.
beat the
What a guy.
Russian. He beat Mr. T.
Drago.
That was
Mr.
amazing.
T.
How did that
was
happen?
major.
Clubber Lang went down after he killed Mick.
Come on, fool. Come on, fool. You got nothing, fool.
I love this. All right.
If he dies, he dies.
I must break you.
All right, we're going to do a bunch of Rocky impressions. In the meantime, enjoy our ICYMI. In case you missed it, the juicy question and the answer on Today in AZ.
Time have your juicy question and answer of the morning. So here's the question again. 1 of 4 people do not know this about themselves. We received a few text messages. I know that we guessed blood type.
Oh, that they've got a bad temper, says Lou in
I would
Chandler.
hope you'd know that.
Maui Bill out in Grand Canyon. I choose the answer is that you don't know your credit score, was it?
Okay.
Astrological sign.
What? How do you not know your sign?
Pick up a newspaper.
Actually, that's true because I've been on a few dates and I'm like, oh, so what's your sign? They're like, I don't know anything about it. And I'm like, well, how do we know if we're compatible?
Flag. That's a red flag.
That's a new trend.
You should know.
You know, when I was dating in the 60s, that was the first thing we always talked about. Your son.
Sign, baby.
Yeah, chill, bro.
Groovy.
I don't care what your signs are. I got some presents for you guys. You may have watched
Ooh,
last
love
Friday. I was in Chicago for Where's Gerke Going? New clues coming out as soon as this afternoon for Friday's destination. But in the meantime, I got some business keeping to take care of. You remember the mob tour, JQ?
Yes.
They had these Tommy gun tie.
Oh my gosh!
There you go, buddy.
No way!
Nice.
I really
When you
wanted
choose
one.
to wear that, though, because it's probably not appropriate for all occasions.
Yeah.
I've just been
Vanessa,
hiding
I got
these
something
goods.
for you. The desk has got some areas where you can conceal gifts. I got you a pterodactyl.
Oh,
attached to a
thank
lollipop.
you.
And also, go ahead and slap that on your car so everyone knows that it's yours.
Oh, I love it. Hey, it's my birthday week. For the
That's
birthday present.
Vanessa. She's got her name.
right.
And I got you, the woman herself, the most famous T-Rex in the world, Sue, right from the Field Museum in Chicago.
Oh, Sue, that big boned girl.
Get them before they go extinct. She's not big bone, she's thick. I love how you remembered that line, by the way. They had to reposition the ribs on Sue's skeleton because apparently she was thicker than they realized.
Wow.
Bigger belly.
She's thick with a
It's got
couple
some
C's.
girth.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Fat
Nothing
bottom
wrong
girl.
with that.
All right.
Thank you for the presents.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. This is a
Generous.
natural segue to the freshly squeezed juice. I feel like we should just. Oh, you guys, do you
oopsies.
need this?
Yeah, just roll it for me. All right,
got
skies
nails
out,
on
thighs out. How about this fashion trend, guys? It looks like a lot of dudes are going to be sporting the Daisy Dukes this year.
Oh, no.
We don't want those Daisy Dukes. So I guess it's a new trend. Actor Jeff Goldblum is one of the poster boys for the new line. Legendary fashion houses Prada, Fendi, and Missoni have all debuted men's short shorts. They are being described as mini skirts for men.
And nothing should ever be described as mini skirts.
No,
For men.
we don't want to see that much.
Who wish
That
your
much.
body?
I love that caveat. We don't want to see that much.
We don't.
I miss those days. The John McEnroe days. John McEnroe, the tennis players, Bjorn Borg. Yeah.
That's funny. I have pictures of my dad back in the day, and that's when they were in
totally.
style. And I was like, that
do
is
it.
so
It's
embarrassing.
the high socks.
Yes,
You had to do the high socks.
Tube socks with the little
Yep.
bands
Yeah.
there.
Now, Jimmy, you wear biker shorts. How high do those go up?
No, they're okay.
Oh, that's
Like
way
a-
up,
that's
man.
high.
That's really high up.
And I'm that guy when you're with your family at the coffee shop. I park the bike out and I come walking. You hear the clack, clack, clack.
Oh, from your bikes, yes.
Stretch.
Hey, Rachel, how's it going out there? I just did a cool 2.5
Just
miles.
make eye contact. Do not let your eyes move.
Oh, yeah.
Paul, you wouldn't be able to wear these because you got thick thighs.
I do have. Thank you.
You're a thick
I do,
with a C.
I do have thick thighs.
yeah, he's thick.
Yeah, good legs.
Yeah, no. See, that's my problem. So I was asking you about the biker shorts because I don't know about you. Obviously, you're very secure in your masculinity. But if my gym shorts are higher than like an inch above my knees, I feel uncomfortable.
You feel too much
I feel like
grease.
I'm wearing boxers.
You
I feel
got
like
good
I'm wearing
legs,
boxers
buddy.
in public.
That's the thing. I got chicken legs. I got stick legs. So I mean, you're lucky. You got a good problem to have.
This is weirding me out.
This is
Quit
a very
looking at my legs
awkward
like that.
conversation.
All I know is that if some guy comes up to me and he's
the
wearing
diagram of
mini
Paul.
shorts or like mini skirt shorts, there's no way I'd be like, pass,
Yes.
next. Like, I just
I also
can't.
feel like you have to
It's
be
too
in
much.
certain
Yeah.
physical condition
Yeah.
to pull that look off.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people wearing those that should not be wearing them.
Same with
Well, because
Oh,
some
my
of them are
quads.
wearing them from the first time around, not
And they
this
kept
new
them.
one that's coming out. But I do think there's like, it's like with if you're a guy that can wear the skinny suits,
Yeah.
it makes more sense than these guys that are wearing like the jeggings. But I think, yeah, for sure. I think if you're a little on the thicker side, we just have to think differently when we approach these new trends.
Yeah, I know, and I know what he's talking about. When I ran track a million years ago, I had those 3 muscles on the quads. They weren't huge, but I had them, and you could see them. Those are gone now.
He's
Now
like,
it's
I was
just,
sporting it
flat.
then.
I had those like it was cool, you know.
Your legs are very flat, actually. I've never looked at your thighs this way before. It's like a table.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to call HR in a second.
I know, that's just really awkward now.
Jimmy and Paul are being really
Weird direction.
You know the cow they divided up at the butcher shop. Let's do that. Let's look at Paul's diagram there. His thighs.
That's a
this
fine
region
cut of meat right there.
That's a good one.
We're
man.
good. And
Marbled, very
as
marbled.
long as you guys don't talk about our thighs, we
Yeah,
are
no.
good.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Leave it there.
We'll just
How
keep it
times
between
have
the two of us.
changed.
Right?
It's coming though. I'm telling you, and I'm going to buy my first set of modified shorts. They'll be shorts, and they'll be modified. They'll be a little tighter, a little higher, but they won't be quite.
Maybe a little longer?
Yeah.
A little longer, exactly.
Those in the picture were like short shorts.
Why Jeff Goldblum, too? What?
Yeah.
He has super long legs. He got the fly legs. You know what I mean? So I feel like it works
like
with
6'4",
his
weighs
build.
125.
Yeah, because he's super tall. And
He's got nice
high
leg
socks.
muscles.
If he can own those, then I can
Do
own
they have to
those.
be white? I feel like you're not leaving a whole lot.
Maybe because it's summertime. In summer, you know, you
Well,
wear
no, you
white.
have to make sure you get the ones if they're white with the liner.
Oh my gosh.
I always do the liner.
Moving on to our extra
Wow.
shot this morning. Where is Gerke going? You're going to find out Friday morning on Today in AZ, round 3 of my world tour. And I'm going to tell you people officially for the first time, we are going international this week on Where's Gerke Going. That's the only clue you're going to get on this show, but I promise we're going to post some more, slightly more obtuse clues to Facebook and Twitter. Too many of you haven't been able to figure out my destination lately, so I'm going to make it a little tougher on you this time around. Keep your eyes peeled on Facebook and Twitter for more.
Well, you did
today,
say
tomorrow,
Second
and
City
Wednesday.
TV last time.
I did say Second City.
You said everybody.
Okay.
Nobody knows that the Second City's in Chicago. I
Everybody
feel like
knows.
that's not true.
Oh
I didn't
my
know that.
Also, could have been
gosh.
New York too, because
Yep.
there is a Second City in New York.
Oh, okay. Well, they have them in L.A. and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
So-
but it's famous for, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Second City, Chicago. So that was a good clue, though.
How'd you like that improv class, by the way? I bet you'd kill at that.
That was really.
You did a good
Yeah,
job.
you used to
That
do
was good.
stand-up,
Both
you
of us.
said.
I did stand up, and sometimes you can do both stand up and.
Yeah.
But I bombed at stand up. I should have gone to the School of Improv. I probably wouldn't be here right now, but that's what I do for a living. I do improv with you guys, and it helps out.
Skill set though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very much.
Yeah.
But still, stand up's a different beast. You've done
stuff.
stand up.
It's scary because you're kind of on an island out
Yeah.
there, and if
Well, I can't bring you into my world. I mean, you start losing elevation immediately. That
Yes,
plane starts
yes.
coming immediately.
well, and that's the thing about improv, right? It's like you feed off the energy of
Yes.
the room, and
Yep.
you're feeding off each other. But stand up, it's just you, and if you're falling flat, you're dead out
Yeah.
there.
It's all crickets.
I can't get you to think what I'm thinking, and you don't think that's funny. then the sympathy smiles.
Oh no. Oh
He's
god.
trying
Awkward
hard.
laugh.
What a brave guy.
You're like, let me try this again. Should I say it again? You guys listening?
I
You
guess
awake?
you don't get it.
I'll say it again. I remember watching Whose Line Is It Anyway as a kid. Like, those guys cracked me up. I felt like improv is kind of easy for us, though, because it is what we do. We ad-lib, we
play
make
off
stuff up
each
on the
other for
fly.
sure.
You
Yeah.
say something, and I bounce off of you.
But you have to have a good energy in the room for sure. Whereas
but I-
stand up, I think you're just you're stuck up there.
I would love to. Like,
would
if I
never do
were
it.
to retire from this business, I would love to get into all that stuff. Just for not to make it big, not to be a star, just to do it. Just for the. It's
Why wait? The time
Go
is
now. Quit your job.
I quit my job.
No.
I don't need to worry about
Side hustle.
healthcare. Who needs
It's all about
healthcare
the
down the
side
road?
hustle.
It's going to be 4:30 in
Yeah.
the morning tomorrow, and Jimmy's not going to be here. He's going to leave like a handwritten note.
Where is he?
Join the
He's
circus.
stand-up.
I
Yeah.
decided to change my occupation.
a star.
I believe in him. Hop in the comment section and tell him how much you believe in him, too. In the meantime, we're out of here. We'll be back at 7:30 for
Already?
another edition of the After Show. Is it
how
too
time
late?
flies.
It's time.
It's about time.
No, it is
We
time.
can hang out for a couple more minutes, but
Real quick, I want to talk about the horse stud.
Horses.
The horse, the Maximum, the one that won.
Yep.
Just the big
What's
debate.
his name?
Also,
Maximum security.
Maximum security.
who's
Maximo, you know, the
who's
big-
going to get the top stud fee? Because what kick out or not, it still won the Kentucky
Well, yeah.
Derby. So they're saying they're both going to be about equal because they stud these horses out immediately for big bucks. So they're both going to win because one kind of on a technicality,
Right.
one actually won the race.
Maximum Security's never lost a race, by
Yep.
the way. I think he's 8 for 8.
The stud fees on that are going to be off the charts. He still gets to enjoy. He doesn't know he won or lost. He thinks he won.
Speaking of
feel
dreams,
He
sorry
still gets
for
to
him.
enjoy.
Oh, dream jobs. Yeah.
speaking of dream jobs, whoever has to figure out how to sell the stud.
I'm like, I didn't know where you were going. I was
I
like, wait a
stopped
minute.
myself. I got caught in the filter, and I was like, maybe stop talking about
I
horse
was like, oh.
Oh my gosh. Maybe this is a good time.
That's a good
I
time to
tried to end the
exit.
show 2 minutes ago. You wrote me back in.
So safe. So safe.
Career
Then.
was so safe about 2 minutes ago.
God.
Done. Goodbye. Be good.
Happy Monday.
Au revoir, so long.
Later.